The clock is ticking. 3 minutes. That's all the time you have. Not for a call. Not for a message. For something far more real. The air doesn't feel ordinary anymore. It moves differently, heavier, slower, as if time itself is aware of what's coming. A chill runs down your spine, but it's not fear. It's recognition. Something inside you already knows this moment isn't random. Michael's voice cuts through the silence like a soft storm. Open this now. You don't have much time. You look around, but the room hasn't changed. And yet, everything feels alive. The shadows on the wall stretch slightly, the air hums like a quiet heartbeat. And then, you hear it, your name. Whispered. Familiar. Not like an echo. Like someone who has been calling for hours, waiting for you to finally hear. The whisper trembles. It carries warmth, the kind of warmth you only felt with one person. The person whose absence left a silence too deep to fill. A loved one who's no longer here. Michael steps out of the golden shimmer forming in the air, wings folded back like a guardian holding something sacred. His eyes lock on yours, not with fear, but urgency. They're reaching for you, he says. This is their final call. Don't look away. The air shifts again. A golden thread spins through the room, thin but alive, connecting the silence to your heartbeat. Your skin prickles, and the whisper grows a little louder. Please, it says. Just one word, but it carries everything: love, pain, longing, urgency. The clock ticks louder. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Michael raises his hand, and the golden thread grows brighter. They've been trying for hours, he says quietly. But the doorway only opens once. And it's open now. The temperature changes. The air isn't cold. It's sharp. Electric. It presses against your chest like an invisible hand, guiding you closer. You can't see them yet. But your soul can. Then the whisper becomes a voice. A voice that once made you feel safe. The one you thought you'd never hear again. It doesn't echo, it vibrates in the air, like a heartbeat that refuses to stop. I'm here, the voice says softly. You freeze. Your breath catches. You don't need to ask who it is. Some voices live inside you forever. Some names never stop calling. Michael steps to the side, giving the unseen presence space. They've crossed the distance between worlds, he whispers. This isn't just a message. It's a final call. The golden shimmer thickens like a veil being slowly lifted. And then you feel it, not just sound, but warmth. Familiar warmth. The way their hand felt in yours. The way they laughed. The way they said your name when everything was okay. They don't have long, Michael says. Every second matters now. The voice trembles, steady and soft. I've been calling you, they whisper. Over and over. Hoping this moment would come. And now, it has. The clock ticks again. 2 minutes left. Your heartbeat echoes louder than the room. The golden light spreads across the floor like sunlight leaking through heaven's door. Michael closes his eyes for a moment, his wings glowing faintly. They're begging you to listen, he says. This isn't a warning to fear. It's a message you need to hear. The presence draws closer, not like a body moving, but like a memory finding its way home. You can feel their love pressing against the space between breaths. I've watched you, the voice says. Even after I was gone. I've seen your quiet moments. The nights when you thought no one was listening. But I was. The air swirls gently, wrapping around you like invisible arms. You can almost feel their touch. Michael whispers, this connection won't last forever. The moment will close. 3 minutes is all heaven can give tonight. 1 minute, 50 seconds. The voice becomes clearer, like it's fighting through the distance to reach you. I never left, they say. You couldn't see me. But I never stopped calling your name. The air vibrates. The shadows bend toward the golden light. You know this isn't imagination. It's something bigger. Stronger. They want to say something, Michael says. Something only meant for you. The voice shakes but holds steady. I came tonight because you've been carrying too much. Pain. Guilt. Silence. I felt it. And heaven opened the door because I begged for this moment. Your chest tightens. You remember their smile. Their touch. The way they made the world feel safe. The clock ticks louder. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Michael lowers his wings slightly. If you close your heart now, you'll lose the message, he warns. The golden light pulses. The voice becomes fragile, as if time itself is trying to pull it away. Please, they whisper again. Listen. Don't turn away this time. You step forward. Just one small step, but the room responds like you've crossed a bridge between worlds. The whisper grows stronger. The warmth intensifies. I don't want you to live with what-ifs, they say softly. I don't want you to wonder if I knew. I did. I always knew how much you loved me. Even when you didn't say it. Even when you thought it was too late. Michael glances at the clock. 1 minute. The voice trembles, fighting through fading time. This isn't goodbye. It never was. But I need you to hear me. To remember me, not with pain, but with light. The air grows heavy with emotion. Every word feels carved into your chest. Every breath feels like it's holding the world still. You're not alone, they whisper. You never were. I've been right here, in the quiet, waiting for this moment. And now you've opened the door. Michael whispers, they're almost at their limit. This is the last stretch. The golden light pulses brighter, almost blinding now. You can feel the weight of heaven pressing into the room. Not frightening. Sacred. Real. Don't forget this, the voice says. No matter what happens after tonight. When the world gets loud, remember my voice. Remember this warmth. This isn't the end. It's the bridge. The clock ticks. 30 seconds. Michael steps forward, wings curving around you gently like a shield. This is the moment, he says. If you open your heart completely, you'll hear what they've waited to say all this time. The voice softens into a trembling breath. I love you, they whisper. And I always will. This isn't a memory. This is real. And even when the light fades, I'll still be here. In the silence. In your breath. In the spaces between everything. The clock ticks. 10 seconds. The golden light flares one last time, wrapping you completely. You can feel their presence like a heartbeat against your own. 5 seconds. The voice trembles. Don't ever think love dies. It doesn't. It only changes form. 2 seconds. Michael whispers, time's closing. But the bond never will. 1 second. The light shudders like a final exhale. The room falls silent. But inside that silence, something sacred remains. Warm. Eternal. The silence after the light fades doesn't feel empty. It feels alive. The kind of silence that breathes. The kind that holds more truth than words ever could. You stand still, heart pounding like the world has slowed just for you. But Michael doesn't move. He watches you like someone who already knows what's about to happen next. And then, the air stirs again. Soft at first, like a quiet wind brushing through unseen spaces. But within that breeze is something familiar. A heartbeat. A memory. A presence that refuses to disappear. Michael whispers, it isn't over. They're still here. But now, you have to choose to listen. Your throat tightens. Your mind says this can't be real, but your soul recognizes every breath of it. Then, like a single tear breaking free, a soft glow returns to the room. Not as blinding as before. This time it's calmer. Warmer. A light that doesn't demand attention, but welcomes you closer. Your name is spoken again. Not loud. Not sharp. But with the softness of someone who has loved you beyond time. I'm still here, they say. I never really left. Michael's wings slowly unfold, catching the dim light. The bridge hasn't closed completely, he explains. They're holding it open. For you. The light begins to pulse gently, like it's breathing in sync with you. One heartbeat at a time. And with every pulse, the room fills with the feeling of them, the one you loved, the one you lost. I've watched you walk through nights where you thought no one could hear you, the voice says. I've seen the way you tried to hold it all inside. You never had to. Your chest tightens. You don't know if you should speak back. But Michael nods slightly, as if he can hear the questions trapped inside you. They hear everything, he says. Even what you never said out loud. The golden thread that disappeared before suddenly reappears. This time, it's stronger. Thicker. Glowing with something unshakable. It stretches between you and the presence, binding the room in a quiet promise. The voice trembles again. Do you remember how you used to talk to me about everything? How your laughter filled the spaces we shared? I still hear it. Even here. Even now. A single tear escapes your eye, and it doesn't fall alone. The air seems to react, soft, warm currents brushing against your face like invisible hands wiping it away. They're trying to give you something, Michael says softly. Not an object. A truth. The presence grows stronger, the voice clearer. You've carried pain like it was the only way to keep me close, they whisper. But pain isn't the bridge. Love is. I'm not in your suffering. I'm in your heartbeat. The air around you vibrates gently. Every word feels etched into your bones. The weight of their love is so real, it fills every corner of the room. I saw the nights you sat alone, they continue. When you thought no one noticed your silence. But I did. I heard the way you whispered my name like a prayer you weren't sure anyone was listening to. I was listening. Every single time. Michael closes his eyes, letting the glow bathe the room like soft sunlight. This is the part where you let go of fear, he whispers. Because fear can't cross the bridge. Only love can. Your knees weaken slightly, but the warmth from the golden thread seems to hold you up. The voice softens. You never lost me, they whisper. You just stopped listening. A wave of emotion rolls through you like a tide breaking against the shore. All the moments you never said goodbye. All the words left unspoken. They don't haunt you now. They rise like echoes finally being heard. Michael steps closer. They don't want your sorrow anymore, he says gently. They want your heart to open. They want to be remembered not with tears, but with light. The golden thread pulses brighter, and for a moment, the room feels like it's not a room at all. It's a space between worlds. A place where love doesn't break. It just changes form. The voice calls your name again. Softer. Closer. As if they're standing right beside you. I've never stopped loving you, they whisper. Even in silence. Even in distance. I've been here, watching, protecting, holding you when you thought no one did. You close your eyes. For a heartbeat, the warmth feels exactly like it used to when they were alive. A presence so familiar, your soul can't deny it. They're showing you what's real, Michael says. The bond didn't end. Death didn't break it. Love made it eternal. The voice trembles with emotion, and you can hear something like tears behind it. You always thought you were the one who lost me, they say. But I never lost you. I've followed your every step. I've held your heart in places you couldn't hold it yourself. And tonight, heaven opened the door so I could tell you one last time, none of this was in vain. The air begins to shimmer. Tiny specks of light float around you like stardust, each carrying a memory, each carrying their laughter, their touch, their presence. Michael lowers his voice to a whisper. This isn't just a visit. It's a message carved into time. The voice grows stronger, wrapping itself around your heartbeat. Forgive yourself, they whisper. For everything you think you should have done. For every goodbye that felt too small. You loved me. And that love was enough. It still is. The room feels smaller now, not because it's closing, but because the presence is closer. So close you can almost reach out and touch the warmth. They want you to speak, Michael says gently. Say what your heart's been holding all this time. You open your mouth. The words don't come easy. But your heart moves faster than your voice. It spills into the space like a flood that's waited too long. You say their name. You say you miss them. You say everything you thought they'd never hear. And the voice answers back, not with sound, but with warmth so strong it presses against your chest like a heartbeat. I heard you, they whisper. Every word. Even the ones you never spoke out loud. The golden light swirls upward, lifting like smoke, filling the room with a soft hum. They want you to understand something, Michael says. This moment isn't about goodbye. It's about release. About love that refuses to fade. The presence trembles. I begged for this moment, they whisper. Because you've carried too much. You've walked with weight you were never meant to hold alone. I need you to let it go now. For me. For you. Your tears fall freely now. But they don't feel like pain anymore. They feel like something leaving your chest that was never meant to stay forever. Michael takes a deep breath, his wings glowing brighter. The bridge will hold for a little longer. But not forever. The presence speaks again. This isn't the end of us, they whisper. Love doesn't know endings. It only transforms. I will always be part of your story. Not behind you. Beside you. The golden thread pulses one last time, syncing with your heartbeat. Michael looks at you, calm but firm. Their final words will stay. Even when the light fades. Even when this moment ends. The voice breathes your name one last time in this part of the message. I love you. And I will keep loving you. Always. The air hums softly. The lights don't disappear yet. But you know, time is moving again. The bridge is trembling. Michael whispers, be ready. Their last message is still waiting. The air trembles like a heartbeat on the edge of fading. The golden thread between you and the presence flickers softly, like a candle fighting against time. You can feel it. This is the moment heaven begins to close its door. But even as the light grows thin, the warmth doesn't disappear. It wraps tighter around you, holding on, refusing to let go too soon. Michael takes a slow step forward. His wings, now softly glowing, brush the edge of the golden thread. His eyes meet yours, not with fear, but with understanding. They've saved their last words for now, he whispers. This is the part that lives forever. The light above you shifts. What was once soft gold now turns almost transparent, weightless, like breath. Within it, the voice you love trembles. You can hear every emotion layered inside: love, sorrow, hope, faith. I begged heaven for this, they whisper. I begged for one last chance to hold your heart close. And heaven listened. The glow flows toward you like water. The air carries a quiet hum, something ancient, something eternal. I need you to promise me something, the voice continues. Promise that you won't carry the darkness any longer. Promise you'll live. That you'll breathe. That you'll see beauty again without feeling guilty for it. Your knees shake slightly as the warmth moves closer, like a final embrace. You close your eyes and you swear, it almost feels like arms wrapping around you. Real. Warm. Familiar. Michael whispers, this is the purest form of love. It doesn't belong to life or death. It just is. The voice softens, now right next to your ear. I've seen you hide your pain. I've seen you smile when your heart was breaking. I was there when you thought no one saw. I wanted to reach out so many times, but heaven only opens its door when the soul is ready to hear. Tonight, your soul finally did. The air shivers with quiet energy. Not cold. Not warm. Sacred. Like time itself has paused to listen. You were my light when I was here, they whisper. And even now, beyond everything, your love is what keeps me close. I never left. I never will. But I can't keep you locked in the past. You have to step forward now. Your chest tightens, but it's not the kind of ache that breaks you. It's the kind that heals. The kind that tells you something holy is happening. Michael steps slightly aside, giving their presence full space to speak. Their last words are meant to stay with you, he says softly. They're not meant to fade. The voice trembles but grows clear. You keep blaming yourself, they say. For not being there more. For the things you couldn't change. But love isn't measured in moments you missed. It's written in every heartbeat we shared. In every laugh. In every quiet look. In every unspoken word. That was enough. You were enough. The golden thread pulses in rhythm with your heartbeat. Every second now feels suspended between worlds. You can't keep standing in yesterday, they whisper. I want to see you live. I want to see you breathe deeply again. I want to see your eyes find light, not shadows. That's what love is. Not holding you down, but lifting you. Michael's voice becomes almost like a soft echo behind them. This isn't goodbye. It never was. Love like this doesn't end. Tears slip down your face, but they don't sting anymore. They feel like something old is finally letting go. Something locked inside is breaking free. The presence moves closer until the warmth feels like a heartbeat against yours. When you laugh again, they whisper, I'll be there. When you take a deep breath and look at the stars, I'll be there. When you choose to live, truly live, that's how you'll honor me. Not by holding pain, but by holding light. The golden thread flickers again. Heaven is calling them back. You can feel it in the air, that quiet pull, that gentle shift. Michael lifts his hand, and a soft wind moves through the room. The bridge is closing, he whispers. But the bond, it never does. The voice trembles with their final words. Every time you think you're alone, remember this moment. Remember this warmth. Remember my voice. You are never alone. I am part of every breath you take. You exhale, and your breath merges with the warmth around you. It feels like the universe itself inhales back. Thank you, they whisper, their voice shaking with love. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for carrying me in your heart. Now, carry the light, not the pain. I'll always be near, even when you can't hear me. The light above shudders softly. The golden thread lifts, rising slowly toward the ceiling, dissolving into 1,000 tiny sparks that fill the room like stars. Michael steps forward, wings wide, catching the last bit of light before it fades completely. Their message is sealed inside you now, he says gently. Heaven never truly takes love away. It simply transforms it into something the soul can carry forever. The final whisper reaches you, soft, tender, eternal. I love you. And then, silence. Not empty. Not cold. Sacred. A silence that holds every word, every breath, every heartbeat you just shared. Michael lowers his wings and looks at you. You heard them, he says softly. You felt them. And now, you carry them. They're not behind you. They're within you. The door may close, but their love walks with you always. The stars of golden light linger for just a heartbeat longer before they fade slowly into the quiet. You're still standing in the same room. But nothing feels the same. The air has changed. The weight inside you has shifted. Something heavy has been lifted. Michael turns toward the fading light and then back to you. This was never a goodbye, he whispers. This was a reminder that love doesn't end, it only changes shape. The hum fades. The golden glow disappears. But inside your chest, something remains. Warm. Steady. Eternal. You take your first deep breath. Not as someone who's lost, but as someone who carries love beyond the boundary of this world. And somewhere, far beyond sight, a presence whispers your name one last time, not to call you back, but to walk beside you in every tomorrow.